use it, you lose it. Intimacy, sex, and love are just no different. And unlimited access to adult content really capitalized on this moment. You just
I think
click-
it's also like the thing is that social media fucked up a lot of people's standards. Is that now people are looking at AI girls and saying, I deserve somebody like that.
Yo, facts.
Actually, nobody does because the bitch ain't even real. But you're sitting there thinking that, and it fucks up your brain. And I think this happens with girls and guys. It's not just it's not one or the other, it's both.
And you have guys getting online, creating female accounts of AIs, pretending to be girls, and then flirting with actual real guys, which the real guy is thinking is some type of connection there. This shit is fucking insane.
Or consume and wrap things up, remove your sexual desire, and move on with your day. Super easy and truly the simplest exchange for pleasure imaginable, really. But it's also shallow, takes away your drive, it's
Instant
temporary
gratification.
satisfaction with diminishing returns.
Yep.
And like any addiction, you merely fill the gaps without addressing the root causes. And the brain has adapted to all of this. Dating apps started with a promise to breach a gap that most of their founders and investors had started. I mean, get
I
this
think
one. One of
also,
the Tinder CEOs
social media made people more aware of the unfairness of dating and the inequality of it. Like whenever they see like some.
No, I think I mean there could be an element of that for sure, but I think it boosted everybody's ego for sure. Especially when you're talking about I guess a male to female ratio. Most women nowadays wouldn't even consider themselves like anything less than a 6 or 7. And it's insane. Like it's like you're not even in the real world. A lot of men have a grasp on reality, but you do have a good amount of men too out there who think that damn near women need to bow down to them for them to even consider, you know what I mean, like entertaining the situation or entertaining the relationship. But it's like damn near two opposing forces. You got an immovable object versus I forgot what the other fucking term was, but I can't think right now. But it's like literally two type of main opposing forces going at each other, which you have women who thinking they deserve the top 1% man, and then you got men thinking that they need to be catered to all across the board, which is in this day and era is more fucking opposition than any I never lived in any other era, but more opposition than any other era for sure. I honestly believe it's more opposition because people are not even trying to work together. And it's almost rare to see like even like somebody in their early 20s or somebody in their early 30s, two couples actually getting along. The dynamic, like I'm a bartender, right? So majority of the time I see like people who appear to seem like well off or appear to seem happy and all this stuff are people who have like damn near a big age gap, like either a man in his late 30s or early 40s or something like that, and you see like somebody like a woman in her early 20s, them two together. It's really hard to find couples who are in the same age range who are doing well off, because I mean it's an abundance of reasons, but
random
it's
girl
crazy.
getting like, you know, millions of dollars for being attractive on OnlyFans, or like they see a guy that's good looking that has like, you know, 5 different.
And I'm super opposed to OnlyFans. I'm extremely opposed to OnlyFans. But it's hard to make the argument. You can make a moral argument for sure, but it's hard to make the argument of why not get on OnlyFans when you have like just an absurd amount of dudes who are willing to just shell out cash to these women. And they literally can set their lives up in a year, less than a year. Like you got some women who are getting on OnlyFans for like 3 or 4 months and making lifetimes worth of money. Like it's insane. So it's hard to make the argument for somebody who's doesn't have any real world experiences, it's hard to convince them that OnlyFans is not something that you would want to do. Like it's the reputation that comes behind it, the longevity reputation that comes behind it, is not something that doesn't occur to a lot of young women. So, and this is what, and yes, you can make the excuse, oh, women choose this responsible, but men pay for this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is fucking insane.
Girls talking to them, like, most people don't really see that a lot in real life, because it's just, by the nature of extremes, it's an outlier, so people don't see it a lot. But then whenever the internet shows people these options and these possibilities, I think it creates a self-radicalization spiral.
Was left in 2022 and immediately launched Mino, an AI chatbot to fight loneliness. There's now a thriving loneliness economy that Silicon Valley talks about all the time. There are even venture capital companies that focus exclusively on this. We made a video about the entire loneliness economy before.
The reason why people are lonely is that there are no third spaces anymore. That's places that are not education or work that people go to and interact with other people. And to the extent that there are any of them, they're almost always, not gender diverse. So, like, for example, there's like, you go to the Warhammer card shop. Okay, it's all guys, right? It's all guys. Maybe one guy's wife comes in and she says, "Carl, you said you'd be home an hour ago." Guys, I gotta go.
Perfect sector for exploitation. Sell people the solution to the problem you helped create. It's the oldest trick in the book.
And they set up shop for these speed dating things, which I've seen. I've never been in one, but they set up shop for these speed dating things, and I feel like it's like the same fucking people. Like it's almost like mutually exclusive invites. Like they only invite people who have a certain I don't say yes. I will agree. Don't open it to everybody, but at the same time, you should definitely broaden the invitation, because it's like, well, come on, like some of these dudes are just in a fucking bubble. Like they do the same thing every day. I mean, you can fucking put me in that shit. I do the same thing every day. Don't get me wrong. I have like my ways of getting out and meeting people. And because I'm a bartender, because I do that on the side as a side job, it allows for me to meet new people when I want to. But at the same time, some of these dudes don't have that option at all. Like they literally don't interact with any woman at all unless they see them on social media. And same thing with girls too. It's not even a guy thing. It's more prevalent to guys, but it's not like a guy thing. It's like girls too. Girls are starting to be stuck at home and all that stuff too, because you got like creeps and all this stuff out here, and especially with this more awareness of trafficking and all that stuff, people are starting to be more antisocial.
The impacts are totally new to us, and that's why they're doing so much damage. We're even inventing new language to deal with this. Remember that cringily soulless word "meet cute" that people started using years ago?
I never heard
it
that.
popped up on social media as a way to describe meeting someone that you exchange numbers with for a date. For example, at a coffee shop.
I've actually never done that. I have never done that, not even once in my life.
Or a bookshop when looking for the same book.
Never.
Just think about the fact that we actually developed a new word for the crazy phenomenon of just meeting someone organically. It should have set off alarm bells, right? It was an early sign that society was changing in a way that made meeting people in real life the exception and not the rule. It's no coincidence that the word started being used a lot around.
Because like the thing is, like if you can find a girl on the internet, right? You look her up on Facebook and it's like, okay, she's pretty hot. Then you look her mom up, and then you see her mom's fat, and you're like, well, fuck, like, I'm not going to invest in this. Like, who wants to invest in a company that's going down like this? If you know the company...
I never experienced that. I never even had that thought. But, I mean, to each his own. But what I can say is, so I download, when I was, I guess, on social media, dating and everything, one thing that I would see literally So I remember I downloaded Hinge before I moved to where I'm at now, the location I moved to where I'm at now, and I was, mingling and all this stuff, like meeting people, meeting girls and everything, and I deleted the app. Once I found the girl that I was dating for like 2 years, I deleted the app. After we broke up, I downloaded the app again after a while, and literally I seen the same, and I have a great memory. I seen the same fucking girls, literally just like yes and no, and the same fucking girls and all this stuff too. And that it literally what ran through my mind was, damn, you still on this app? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, shit myself too, but you're still on this app.
He's gonna go bankrupt.
It even got so bad to the point where like I would literally run through like no, and Hinge will hit me with that something about change your settings to broaden your location or broaden your search, something like that. I don't know what it was, but it basically said everybody that was in my area that I hit no, like I was out of options in my area, like, you know what I mean?
Up in 5 years, you gonna go and invest in that company? Or for mom's hot? Well, then you talk to her.
15, the same time dating
I mean, what?
apps blew up. And in the last decade, dating declined to the point where the majority of Generation Z today
You're
just
such
don't
a
know if they
pig?
really have any
I
way
know.
to meet people.
50% of men aged 18 to 24 have never approached a woman in person in their life.
Yeah.
And like even a higher percentage, 18 to 30, haven't approached a woman in the last year.
In recent years, third spaces, meaning not
That's
your
what I was
home,
saying.
school, workplace, have just vanished. Think about the place that you grew up as an example.
Yep.
Pubs, bars, libraries, high street shops. How many are actually left today? And if any, how busy even
All gone except one card shop.
And even a gym is diminishing. The gym is diminishing. I mean, I've never been a person to, I guess, talk to or make interactions at the gym, but I feel like nowadays, even people who are, you can't even discern who is fucking, you know what I mean? Like in the gym, like of course you have the people that in the gym to work out. They're not really, but you got some girls there. You got some guys there to go there to like, engage and interact. I have no problems with people who are, I guess, interacting or talking and all that stuff. That's not me because I move around. I do what I need to do. If somebody's up using a machine or something like that, then I'll just go to my next workout or whatever, and I'll come back to see if they're using it again after I'm done my next workout. If not, I'll move on. And if not, if it works, push come to shove, I'll do it the next day. But you got people who go to the gym to genuinely interact, like, and you can tell because they just talk all fucking day. I used to be really kind of disappointed and like, bro, you're here at the gym, work out. What are you doing? Stop talking. But now that I understand, and I don't care about it. Like it's like it is what it is. Now, when you have an abundance of people doing that, then that's kind of annoying, of course. But I'm not one of those hard pressed people. I'm not one of those fucking muscle heads that like I need to use this machine right now. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not one. I'm just not one of those people. I just go to my next workout. If that machine's right, I just go to my next workout. If it gets to the point where I can't do what I plan to do when I went to the gym, then I'll move on to the next. I'll move on to the next day workout, and just go when I come back to the gym. I'll just do what I need to do, what I was planning to do yesterday. So it's just that simple. Like it's not really that big of a deal. Everybody pays for a membership. Everybody runs it. You don't own any machine there. So, but at the same time, I get the fact that people like to interact. The gym, I do feel like you can't even discern who is there to mingle or who is there to because I'm a male, so I'm a pretty big guy. I'm a pretty muscular guy and all that stuff too. So I know I can very much see when somebody's trying to get my attention. When a female's trying to get my attention, I can very much well see. And I'm just not one of those guys that like I just need to do my workout and just get the fuck out of there. But at the same time, it's I'm pretty sure some girls kind of throw their hand out. You know what I mean? Staring at you through the mirror. You know what I mean? Following you around the gym and all this stuff. You can tell. But oftentimes you have like fucking their guy is there or you know what I mean? Like, so it's very hard because everybody fucking presents themselves as if they're going to this place too, or they're single and all this stuff too. I don't care. I never would have any quarrels with my girl if she decides to go to the gym as far as like her attire and everything, but only because I'm so desensitized to like how people dress at the gym now. It's like fucking so crazy. You don't have nobody. Like me, I'm a jacket type of guy. I'm like fucking jogger pants, some fucking Crocs, and I'm good. I'm ready to go. I don't need all them sweatpants. I don't need all tank tops and all this stuff. That shit's like my physique. I show off my physique when I'm like out in public. I don't really care about showing up my physique inside of a fucking gym. Like it's just some shit. I work out so much that I don't need to wear these skinny ass shirts or these fucking tight ass shirts to show off my physique. You can see it through my jacket. You can see it through my attire. So, but you have people who are wearing these gym attires and all that stuff where they're showing everything. So it's really hard. I don't go to a library. I don't go to. When I go to a grocery store, I already have my list. It's just one of those things. I just have my fucking list. I don't really go to the bar because I'm a bartender. I don't need to go to the bar. If I want to fucking drink, I'll fucking go with my coworkers after work or something like that. I'll make my own drink at home. It's just a certain amount of stuff. But it's because of the circumstances and lifestyle that I live at the moment that I'm not like super interactive. Now I'm fully aware if I wasn't a bartender or I wasn't like in the spaces that I'm in now, I'm fully aware that I would get out because it's been periodic times in my life when I wasn't bartending and all that stuff. I would literally go out to have lunch by myself. I would go out to have dinner by myself. After the gym and all this stuff, I would go. And actually, that's how I met my last girlfriend. I was literally at fucking a restaurant and we just started talking and things led to another. You know what I mean? But I'm fully aware that if I'm not, because I'm not in a position that I'm in, or I'm not in the place that I'm in, I don't have to be as social as I would if I wasn't in that in my current space. So it just is what it is. But some of these guys are not. Some of these ladies are not. And then with social media, I feel like it's like damn near Delulu land. Like, you know what I mean? Somebody like your pictures, they think, oh shit, I'm the shit. Like you get 2 likes and you're the shit now. You're that guy now. So, but let's continue.
Are they? Since COVID, we just shuttle ourselves from home to work to the gym, to the supermarket and home. You don't really just go to the village market. There is no real town square or hall. You're not really bumping into anyone. Even a bit of small talk with someone at the bus stop just feels weird and awkward. Making eye contact with someone on public transport will get you a look that leaves you wondering if you're insane.
So much of what makes somebody good at dating is different now than it was 50 years ago.
You can see it in the way coffee shops have changed.
I can't really comment on. I don't know.
Almost every cafe is bland, empty, just minimalist. Almost as if they're designed purely as a conveyor belt of coffees and customers, getting us in and out as quickly as possible to extract the most amount of money they can. But can you remember the time when a stereotypical cafe was like this? With big sofas, comfy chairs.
We had a place like this.
And I feel like it's crazy how nobody capitalizes off of this. I really feel like if you create the environment where people can gather and all that stuff, the shit will be jumping, because I think people crave that shit now. People crave that shit and they don't know where to go, or you know what I mean, like what to do about it, like, you know.
It went out of business because nobody bought anything. People just showed up and smoked weed, and they brought beer and they just get drunk.
Well, they just don't allow that
it
shit.
really, we have one. It lasted for like 3 years.
people together to
don't-
talk, and people
But you just don't create the environment for that. I work in the restaurant business, and I'm like, every time that something happens, like for example, we have regulars at my job or whatever, and they're so used to saying, "I know the owner, I know the GM, I know," you know what I mean? Like, so nobody fucking cares. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're here as a fucking guest. Act like a guest. Don't act like some stuck up snob. You know what I mean? Like, nobody fucking cares if you know who you know. Be you fucking regular. Don't fucking, like, that shit won't move me. And then they feel some type of way when it literally doesn't move me. Like, I'm not gonna treat you any different. I'm gonna treat you like every other guest that comes in here. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? But I would say, getting back to the point, you create the environment you create for your place, or for a place like this. They probably let them fucking do whatever, and then when they tried to put their foot down, they probably just fucking left. And then it was already known for that type of scenery. They probably killed the business after they fucking put their foot
walking up
down.
to someone to say
Shut it
something
down.
without it being creepy. The show Friends was based on just reality in the 90s, and it's all part of a much wider pattern, one that's seemingly threatening humanity.
That this is actually a potentially existential crisis. Humans really do meet
I
the
got grandma sitting in the gaming chair.
qualification of an endangered species.
Because meeting people and building relationships
Yeah.
is really the most important thing for human survival. It's often the key indicator in determining your lifespan. It's how we have replacement rates in just the population. But with this last decade and the disappearance of so many communal spaces where our parents and grandparents had opportunities to randomly meet new people, mixed with
Another big issue is that there's no shared common culture. Like, for example, in, the 50s, from what I hear, right? 60s, from what I hear, is that there was much more of a established way of pursuing a woman or pursuing a man. But now, like, for example, there are women that whenever they tell you no, they want you to continue pursuing them. There are women that like this, and they like being hard to get, and they think that it's a game, it's a narrative to them, it's like romantic in their mind. Now, in my opinion, I think it's ridiculous. You're playing games with me, I'm not a PlayStation, get the fuck out of here. But at the same time, there is a shared cultural expectation.
It's always looped back to what women think, that women want men to think like women. Not all women, I'm talking about the majority, but women want men to think like women, and so they play these cat and mouse games and all this stuff. Like, even like looking at somebody on the street, I guarantee you I see it all the time. So I bartend like 2 or 3 days out the week. And when I'm going to my other job, literally you see women, like, they'll glance, put their head down, and then like damn near turn back to see if like you like are you. So they want the pursuit. Well, it's like, come on now, like, we two grown adults. Now, I get the fact that if I'm in a scenery, like if I was at a nightclub, if I was at outside, in the scenery, whatever scenery I'm in, if I was in that type of environment, yes, I get the cat and mouse game. You want to play it, because it's like damn near like everybody's trying to play that game. But if we're just fucking in a regular social environment, like if it's not like any type of like special, like, bro, come on now, we're grown adults. If you're interested, you're interested. You're not, you're not. Move on. I'm not finna play these games with you. And it's not me it's not like a me thing. I see it like all the time. I experience it all the time. I get told it all the time. Like, girls be sitting at the bar. A dude said at the bar, that guy's kind of cute. But they will never say nothing. And then when he gets up and fucking leaves, they're like fucking dumbfounded. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they don't know what the fuck just happened. Like, he don't even know you. He don't even notice you. Like, what are you talking about? We all are in our own bubble. Like, nobody's fucking. You're not the center of attention. You're not the main character. You never never will be the main character. Nobody's the main character. Everybody's trying to be the superstar. You'll never be the main character. Be the side character that's trying to get the main role. That's what you want to be. That's what you need to be. Try to be the star of the show. Like, you know what I mean? Do something extra. In the extra in this fucking instance is fucking stand out. Nobody fucking approaches. Nobody does that. Stand out. Do that. Approach. Say something. You know what I mean? People are fucking stupid.
That a certain.
But I do believe in humanity. I do believe that we repeat. This is like a repetitive thing. History always repeats itself, and I do believe we'll get back to the time where it becomes natural for everybody to interact. It's just right now we're just not in that state.
Degree of that could be acceptable, but whenever you bring in people from a bunch of different cultures and you have a segmentation and a fragmentation of the culture where some people think that asking twice is like basically sexual harassment and other people think that asking twice is meaning that you mean it, you have a huge problem of basically shared culture. And I think this is another reason why this has become so problematic in America. It's because there has been a breakdown of what these shared rules of engagement are between men and women.
Yeah.
Dating apps has meant we're seeing a gap try to be filled that wasn't a natural
You're not
one.
25.
This is a void created by the
like
same
32.
economic forces that hollowed out our third
I can
space as
tell.
chains and corporate landlords. The
Thanks.
same forces that funded these apps promising to replace what was destroyed. And dating apps didn't discover a gap in the market,
Yeah.
one was just torn
became the
open
market.
and then monetized. But it was a lie.
Uh-huh.
That too was all about getting your money.
Yeah.
Think about it, the whole idea of a dating app as a viable business is a paradox. If they actually help people into relationships,
Then they lose the customer.
would clearly lose business.
Yeah.
One good match is two lost customers.
Exactly.
So instead, they design the apps to fail, and in doing so, keep us hooked on using them. And in turn,
I've never
what
used a dating app before.
better way to keep an active user base
I have. I stay off of Tinder though, for sure.
than by having relationships designed to be shorter?
75
This is your
million.
capacity
Oh my
to
God.
fall in love, to build
It's
a
crazy that the app that is more sexualized than any other app is the most popular app. Literally, it's insane. It's literally the most sexualized app. I feel like if you have Tinder, I'm pretty sure everybody has had Tinder once or twice in their life, but I feel like if you have Tinder to this day, then you're not even taking that shit serious at all.
family to find meaning. All your data
On dating apps, you're kind of already in a low ball of taking it serious, but Tinder, you're not taking
all your
that
most
shit serious
vulnerable
at all.
desires is just slowly converted into swipes and push notifications so someone else can hit their quarterly growth targets. Your relationship is designed to not be long term.
Okay.
It's why men
I
make
know a lot of people that have met their girlfriend or wife on a dating app. I think it's pretty possible.
up 75% of Tinder
And you see this, and so what this basically says is now that the women that are on Tinder, they're matching with they have an abundance of choices, and it fucking just boosts their egos, and this plays into that role of it's just everybody thinks they're fucking 10 and 9.
users and women just 25%.
Yep.
Interestingly enough, the co-founder of the dating site OkCupid wrote a book revealing what actually happens behind the scenes of dating apps. Women, as you'd expect, receive an average of 4 to 5 messages a week, which
That's
even
a
that
lot.
seems unlikely to be this low. 90% of men received an average of 0 messages.
An average of 0.
Which is crazy because when I was on Hinge, I was getting like damn near like 12 to 20 like fucking likes. I would say in a matter of like 3 or 4 days.
What?
So it's so like the niche of it is so like, or the guys that women select or the guys that women match with are so like small that all, and it's the same thing, vice versa, same thing for men and women, and that's why I realized like it's just not meant for me. What my experience was dating apps was, I will match with somebody, they will either not respond like immediately. The one thing that I didn't understand is like, if I match with you first and you match with me, because I was often on Hinge. So Hinge requires the other person to match with you. Like if you match with them and they match with you, then it lets you message them. What I couldn't understand is the women that I would match with first, and then they match with me as well, they would not even message. Like they would just match and the shit was like blew my mind. Cause if somebody liked me and then I went in my likes and I liked them back, I will message them back immediately after the like. That will only make sense, right? Like why would you wait for somebody to like hit you up for you to hit them up back, or just for you to wait? So what I tend to get was, I will either match with somebody and or they will match with me after I match with them, and I will message them, blah, blah, blah. And they will either not respond, or they will respond like days later. And by that time, I'm not even like, you know what I mean? I'm not even aware of the situation. I didn't even like, my attention wasn't even on the app. The only time I would even think about the app is if I was like bored or some shit. And I would like open the app like off of like me scrolling through my phone or some shit like that, and then see the message and be like, oh my bad, I just seen this. But that's really what it was. And so I would have all these matches, and then I have to message back all these people, and then in my mind I'm like, bitch, I'm not trying to start no conversation with like 6 or 7 people, 8, 9 people, and trying to learn all these different women. I'd rather just stick with one person. I would message like 2 or 3 girls and like, whoever respond back out of those, if they don't respond back, then go to the next 2 or 3. You know what I mean? Like, so it's just one of those things. Like, it's like everybody, like all these women choose the same type of guys and all this stuff. You have a bunch of likes and all this stuff. You have a bunch of messages, but you're trying to figure out who would I like the most, who I'm going to respond to. And it's the same thing, vice versa. So both of y'all are playing is like, and that's where it kind of gets lost in the sauce.
Not very good, is it?
Only at the extreme end of the attractiveness scale do the best looking men receive around 1 to 2 messages.
But there's also a lot of men who are relying on dating apps who are never going to get the matches that they desire.
No.
Either because they are short or because they are bald.
So as many of us are
The same thing. Preference play into a big role.
Fucking, what a fucking bitch! I hate this bitch. What is
if you're
this?
not in the top 10%, there's really no point in using them. It's something that's called
Really
face
not.
suppression in practice, and we'll get onto that more soon.
And the reality is, for 95% of guys, online and dating apps aren't going to be a
And one thing, and this is my last thing. I might actually do a second part to this for sure, but this is my last thing. One thing that I noticed offhand is when I downloaded the app, I was getting so much fucking likes. I was getting like likes to a point like it was only matching me with like these fucking damn near supermodels. Like, you know what I mean? Like these damn near, not even supermodels, but I guess it would be the upper echelons of like Hinge. Like these girls that just like were like model fucking pictures and all stuff. And I'm like, I'm not trying to mess with these. I'm not trying to mess, because I already know y'all have an abundance of options. I'm not in the realm of competing on social media. I don't mind competing like in the real world, but I don't want to compete on social media. I don't want to compete for your attention on social media. That's one thing for sure. I already have the experience. I'm already of age where I'm not competing for that shit. Especially if I gotta compete to even get you out the fucking house. Like, I'm just not doing that shit. I'm I'm almost certain that they have so much options that it doesn't even phase them. So I didn't want to even be put in the, so that alone literally made me, because initially when I was like, oh shit, these girls are bad, these girls are, and I'm liking them, I'm not getting matched, and they just not responding. And I'm like, what the fuck is the point? Like, you know what I mean? So, but that's it, guys. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. It's your boy Keep It a Buck. I'm out. Peace. It's definitely gonna be a part 2 to this because I gotta go to work though. But I'm gonna make another video later. So, but y'all have a good day. Make sure you like I said, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll keep the ball rolling for sure. Peace.